It is a good thing in the industry that we're able to have a forum like this to talk about the importance of the evolution of OSS and BSS systems into that digital innovation platform that we want it to become. And many of you have perhaps participated in the long session that we had in the main hall this morning, where we gradually got through on some of those important topics of how this industry is transforming and moving forward. Ericsson has some key messages here, and I'm sure that you will be happy to participate and look at some of the things we're introducing. Adaptive inventory is the evolution of our Granite platform, which is one of the things that we're talking about here, where we are able to, with webifying, if you will, the total inventory management piece of the network. We have also been participating and supporting teams in the hackathon here, which happened on Friday and Saturday. And we were able to actually support the winning team last night, which were using a WebRTC and some other of our APIs to create what they thought was a great service, and which brought them to the victory in the hackathon here at the TM Forum. We're also working with the Service Innovation Framework. We're looking at how we can drive further usage of APIs, further opening up the networks to be able to stimulate other industries. And it's no secret, I think, that one of the things that we want to evolve the TM Forum is also a platform for other industries to come here and present how they can make use of network technology. Therefore, we're extra happy and proud this year to have Klaus Benedict, the CIO of Volvo here, who is talking about a lot of the work that we have done with the connected vehicle cloud technology to build functionality into backing up their systems. And that is not only visionary stuff, that's actually rolling on the roads, as the XC90 latest model has an Ericsson connected vehicle cloud engine driving that car, or making that car. You be careful to say driving it, because now they will be driverless soon, but that one is not yet. Okay, I have some presentation here, and this is going to be some little bit repetition, but we will have questions very soon. And I'm actually very glad that many of you who are industry analysts and who are tech journalists really following industry are paying so much attention to this and really coming here as well. This is very important for us. It's a way for us to reach out and perhaps also stimulate the industry to move faster. I think some of you who saw me on the panel debate this morning, one of my key messages was that I wish that operators and the industry move even faster than it does. And there were questions about bold moves, can it really happen, and so forth. Now, one of the keys presentation insights is that we have now passed the inflection point in the network society. And what that really means is that the evolution and the innovation that is going on in the clouds and the devices, and the devices being driven by every microprocessor company in the world saying that each one of their delivered chips will be connected. And every time you put a chip in, you have a piece of software. And with a piece of software, whether it's a light bulb, or whether it's a speaker system, or a washing machine, or whatever it might be in your surrounding, as those get software in them, get a microchip in there, a microprocessor, and get connected, that's on the device side. Now the devices, together with the development of cloud and the off-premise computing capabilities that are coming in industry after industry, changing the business models, providing a closed loop, or a value closed loop opportunity, which means, in other words, collecting data, making decisions, sending down data, adjusting the way the device works, and so forth. That's what's really the transformation factor. And you would find it almost everywhere. It's no longer so that we need to run around in our industry and say, imagine this or imagine that. We did that 3-4 years ago, and now it's us thinking, well, could you really imagine that? Because they are innovating all other industries around this opportunity, and we just have to gather the examples to get ourselves excited. What we need to now do, of course, is to transform the networks to be able to live out to the expectations that these clouds and transforming industries around us are putting on the networks. And those expectations are very high. We know already that performance is going to be one of the limiting factors for services to happen at all. There would be no Netflix if the networks couldn't transport films or stream films to users. And so their industry after industry will be dependent on how that transformation and how that network capability in a reliable service that is safe and that is secure for users can be rolled out. That's the transformation for operators. So in a sense you could say that the devices are transformed by the chips, by the software, by the connectivity between them. You can see the applications industry being able to move over to reoccurring business models as one after one. And if you listen to the car from Volvo's presentation, you heard that it's very much a business model change. You deliver a car and then all the upsales is the opportunity of the software upgrades of the cars, the applications that you can buy from the car, etc. So it's a total, and the experience for the user, for the end user, for the consumer is so much in that software that can deliver. And that puts requirements on the networks and being able to deliver that to the market. One good example is the software upgrade, for instance, of a whole car fleet will need LTE broadcast to not jam the network. It can just be done overnight in the morning. It can be done every morning. It can be done even more often. So in that sense, we're moving the whole capability field that we have from the network point of view to become an asset and an opportunity for those who are building applications and those who are building devices. And this is another way of looking at this slide I also used in my presentation earlier today. And this is just industry after industry. I think media industry is, and many of you are from the media industry, so now it's going to be very careful what I say. But there is a very big transformation power going on. And when I was in the US last week, I visited some of the key media companies, don't dare to say, but the ones you all know in the internet space. And we always have collaborations and talks of how this will transform into the future. And it's very clear that the over-the-top drive of the media is what's driving the whole experience of media, which is then going to go back into the network and transform the networks. So it's not going to be just the linear TV experience that is going to transform TV. It's going to be transformed by the over-the-top experience and then seek its way back into linear, perhaps being one of the special cases of media, if you will, rather than the main case. So it's that feeling, it's that understanding that the over-the-top transformation is what's driving it, and that is then becoming special cases that if you really want to watch linear TV, you would go into some sort of program and look at what you could watch because it's on right now. But it's not that what is driving the change. The change is the whole over-the-top experience, and then if you're really lazy, you would go to a linear watch rather than deciding what you want to watch. And intelligence being built into that and so forth. So that's really happening. And that's affecting then the devices and the applications. And in the middle here sits what we are really focusing on in Ericsson is of course to be able to provide networks that extend into the industries. These are the clouds that are being built by industry after industry on a global scale. Give you the example of the automotive industry again. They are now building, main car manufacturers are building one cloud per nation to make sure that they can support their vehicles in that country. And that is spreading and spreading, and those clouds will have to have an interface to the networks to understand the capabilities of the networks and the devices and the applications. So this is basically, you could say, a picture of the network society in technology terms.